All right, pretty nice day, at least for the Dow, up 370, as you saw. And Stephanie Link, let's get to these moves. The Linkster looked at Starbucks down 26% from its March high and said, I want some lattes.
Yes.
You bought it.
A little caffeine for the portfolio.
Okay.
So when Brian Niccol was announced to be the new CEO from Chipotle to this company, the stock went up 49%. It is round-tripped. It's given it all back. And we know what Brian Niccol did at Chipotle. Stock, when he was there, went up over 700%. He's an excellent operator. And I think this is a great opportunity to get in now because they saw the first positive same-store sales number this past quarter, the first one in 2 years. And even on TV, on CNBC, he was on and he said the turnaround is happening faster than expected.
I saw that interview.
Yeah, and so he's revamping. He's revamping the store experience, the mobile operations, the menu changes, and he's simplifying. And I think you're starting to see better traffic trends as a result. So
what happened? Let me ask you. Let me stop you. I'll come right back to you.
Yeah.
Why did the stock round trip? Was it the euphoria of Niccol?
Well,
and then it was like, wow, this is going to be a lift. So woo, we come all the way back around, and 100%. Now it's like, let's see what you got. Like, show me.
100%, and that's why I thought it was interesting that comps inflected positively for the first time under his leadership. That's pretty fast. Turnarounds take a lot of time, and I think everyone got very euphoric, and then he delivered kind of so-so quarters. But this was the first one that I thought was the most interesting. And not only that, but his body language was better, the tone was better, and so I just think this is a great setup for 2026. And I know you're going to ask me why I sold Target, or some of Target, most of Target, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to ask you why you own any of it.
Because, well, I don't know. We'll have to see next week when they report earnings. If we get a rally,
I'm not. You thought I was going to ask you something. I was going to ask you something else.
Well, the point being is that I don't have a lot of cash, and I much prefer this management team. I much prefer this story, this valuation versus Target. Now, I didn't sell all of Target because it's still so incredibly cheap, but it's been a disappointment. And
you
I
have
think
not liked this stock for a long time.
I know, and I probably should have sold it when they announced the new CEO because he was an operations guy. But I thought an operations guy at the company for 25 years could make a turn quicker at Target. We'll see what they do, but I just prefer having a much smaller position here, and I'm going to slowly add to Starbucks over time.
Okay. I mean, the consumer, let's be clear. It's like the high end is doing well. Those who have made a good amount of money in the stock market are feeling great, and they're spending their money. Kind of everybody else, not so much, right? If you look at the commentary from earnings season from consumer-related companies, it's kind of startling how many have been kind of bad. I mean, I can't read the whole list because it'll literally take me too long to do it. But Cheesecake Factory, their comps missed. Cava, the comps missed. They cut their guidance. Chipotle comp missed. Carter's guide was soft. What else? Kraft Heinz, Mondelez, they both cut their outlooks. What do we do with that? Restaurants aren't great, right? I mean, They haven't been great.
No, they haven't been great.
At all.
I sold Chipotle. It was horrible. 3 quarters in a row. This new CEO is supposed to turn around the story, and he's not turning around the story.
Well, he can't put money in people's pockets.
But this is the point. This is the point, that you go with the best of the best, and Brian Niccol's the best of the best, and I'd rather put my eggs in that basket than the Chipotle basket. I disagree with one of the names on this list, and I'll tell you why. Deckers, while I sold it...
Well, Hoka missed.
But they didn't miss, actually. And they're growing double-digit, and UGGs are growing double digits. It was their guidance that was conservative. I sold it to be able to fund some of the other things that I was adding to at the time. I would absolutely revisit that story
you have seller's
in 2026.
Remorse.
I do, actually. To be honest with you, I really do. But I don't think it's going anywhere between now and the end of the year. I think it could be another good 2026 story, like I think Starbucks can. Now, in terms of the low-end consumer always feels the pinch, unfortunately, one way or the other. Inflation, wages, job availability, etc. It's the middle tier and the upper tier that does the maximum amount of spend here in this country, and we spend. And I have a stat for you.
Okay.
The National Retail Federation came out and said they expect holiday spend this year to be $1 trillion. And the average consumer is going to spend $900. That's the second highest in 23 years.
How much of that comes from having to spend more because of tariffs?
No, I don't believe that at all. I think it's actually the pent-up demand in terms of wanting to buy, for sure.
You don't think you'd have to pay more for the Barbie doll?
Possibly. I don't know. We haven't seen massive price increases, though.
Oh, we've seen stuff like that.
Some, but not massive price increases. No, I think this is going to be a good demand story because I think, again, the consumer has jobs, they have wages, inflation has come down, interest rates are coming down. You mentioned that they have investments in the market. They also have higher home prices if they own a home. So the confidence levels I kind of just put to the side. I know they haven't been good, but it's the action that we're seeing. And our consumers in the United States, they spend. We are a nation of spenders, whether we have the money or we take on the debt. We just do.
Steph's got the deflection dome around everything I try and throw at her. Comes right. She's ready to throw it right back.
Can I turn it around on consumer businesses for next year?
Real quick.
Tariffs are going to come down. They're going to be more prescriptive. This is going to be better for earnings on the consumer side. It doesn't have to be just a demand story. It can be a supply story.